The colony on Kepler 442b had been humanity's pride for 3 generations. Liam crouched behind a twisted metal beam, his small hands trembling as he clutched his father's broken communicator. The 8-year-old had been playing near the settlement's edge when the Kravik ships descended, silent, predatory, and utterly merciless. Through the smoke and debris, he could see them. 3 Kravik soldiers, their chitinous exoskeletons gleaming like oil in the dim light of the alien sun. They moved with mechanical precision, their forearms carrying weapons that hummed with lethal energy. Liam pressed himself deeper into the shadows, barely breathing. The Kraviks had come for resources. They always did. 14 human colonies had fallen to their expansion in the past decade, and Kepler 442b was just another resource node on their star maps. They didn't negotiate. They didn't spare civilians. They simply harvested and moved on. Liam's eyes burned with tears. His parents were somewhere in the chaos, hopefully in the underground shelters. He'd been too far away when the alarm sounded, too fascinated by the crystalline formations near the forest's edge. Now he was alone. One of the Kravik soldiers chittered something in their clicking language. Its compound eyes swept the area, multifaceted lenses catching every detail. Liam held his breath until his lungs screamed. Then he heard it, a low, guttural growl that seemed to vibrate through the ground itself. From the shadows of the alien forest emerged a creature that made the Kravik soldiers freeze. Nova was unlike anything they had cataloged in their extensive xenobiological databases. Roughly 60 centimeters long with silver-streaked black fur and eyes that gleamed with unnatural intelligence. She moved with a rolling gait that belied her genetic enhancements. Nova wasn't just a honey badger. She was humanity's answer to an unforgiving universe. A terraforming companion genetically modified with enhanced aggression protocols, reinforced skeletal structure, and problem-solving capabilities that rivaled most sentient species. She had been Liam's family's guardian for 3 years, bonded to him through neural sync technology that made her fiercely protective of her human charge. The lead Kraviks raised its weapon, targeting protocols analyzing the small mammal. Its tactical systems couldn't reconcile the creature's size with the threat assessment Nova's posture suggested. It was a fatal miscalculation. Nova moved like liquid violence. She closed the 15-meter gap in seconds, her enhanced musculature propelling her forward with impossible speed. The first Kravik soldier fired, but Nova was already inside its weapon's turning radius. Her claws, titanium-reinforced and razor-sharp, found the gaps in its exoskeleton with surgical precision. The alien's shriek was cut short as Nova's jaws clamped down on the neural cluster at the base of its skull. Humanity had studied their enemies well. Every weakness, every vulnerable point was cataloged and programmed into Nova's combat instincts. The second Kraviks attempted to target her, but Nova had already released the first soldier and launched herself at its thorax. She climbed its body like a ladder, claws gouging deep furrows through chitinous armor. The soldier flailed, trying to dislodge her, but honey badgers, even unmodified ones, were notorious for their tenacity. Nova, enhanced beyond natural limits, was an unstoppable force. The third Kraviks made the intelligent decision to run. It turned, activating its communication device to call for reinforcements. Nova's enhanced hearing caught the high-frequency transmission. She leaped from the second soldier's collapsing form and intercepted the third before it could take 5 steps. What followed was brutal efficiency. Nova didn't fight with honor or mercy, concepts meaningless to her genetically programmed purpose. She fought with the savage determination of a species that had clawed its way to the top of Earth's food chain and refused to relinquish that position among the stars. Within 90 seconds, all 3 Kravik soldiers lay motionless. Nova stood amid the carnage, her silver-streaked fur matted with alien ichor, her breathing steady and controlled. Her enhanced heart rate returned to normal as her combat protocols wound down. Then she turned to Liam. The boy had watched everything, wide-eyed and silent. Nova approached him slowly, her aggressive posture melting away. She pressed her broad head against his leg, and Liam felt the familiar tingle of their neural sync connection. Comfort, protection, safety. Nova, Liam whispered, his voice cracking. You came. Nova had always come. Through every nightmare, every moment of fear in this alien world, she had been there. Humanity had learned that conquering the stars required more than technology and ambition. It required the loyalty and ferocity of Earth's most indomitable creatures, enhanced and bonded to those they protected. Liam heard voices, human voices calling his name. His mother burst through the debris, relief flooding her face when she saw him. Security forces followed, their weapons trained on the dead Kravik soldiers. They paused, taking in the scene with professional assessment. "Sir," one of them spoke into his communicator, "the child is safe." The companion performed as designed. As more colonists emerged from shelter, the story spread quickly. A child protected by a creature no larger than a medium dog, defeating 3 trained Kravik soldiers. It seemed impossible, but the evidence lay before them. The Kravik's fleet received the combat footage from the fallen soldiers' last transmission. In their command ship, tactical analysts reviewed the footage repeatedly. The creature was small, seemingly insignificant by their standards, yet it had eliminated a reconnaissance team with terrifying efficiency. They had encountered humans before, soft, vulnerable beings who relied on technology rather than natural weapons. But this spoke of something deeper in humanity's character. They didn't just bring themselves to the stars. They brought Earth's most fearless predators, enhanced and unleashed as living weapons. The Kravik's commander made a decision. Kepler 442b was reclassified. The resources weren't worth the tactical complications of facing an enemy that weaponized creatures with such disproportionate lethality. As the alien ships withdrew from orbit, Liam sat in the settlement's medical bay, Nova curled at his feet. She was already clean, the medical team having treated her minor injuries. Her eyes were half closed, but Liam knew she was monitoring everything, every person who entered, every sound in the corridor. His father placed a hand on his shoulder. "You understand now why we brought her with us?" Liam nodded, his fingers gently scratching behind Nova's ears. "She's not just a pet." "No," his father agreed. "She's humanity's promise, that we'll protect our children no matter how far from Earth we go, that we'll bring the fiercest guardians evolution ever created, and make them fiercer still." Outside, the settlement began repairs. The Kraviks would likely not return, but if they did, they would face not just human determination, but the unleashed fury of Earth's most fearless creatures, modified, bonded, and absolutely unwilling to let their humans come to harm. Nova yawned, showing teeth designed to crack through armor plating, then settled back into sleep. Humanity had brought more than hope to the stars. They had brought teeth, claws, and an unbreakable bond forged across millions of years of evolution, and that made all the difference.